All right, traders, we're going to be doing another live trading session. Going to be focused on trading small caps as it is currently, small cap summer. It's currently on fire. Market is currently on fire here. So one of the trades that I'm going to be interested in placing today is going to be a short position on ARPO. Very interested in shorting this stock. If we can get a nice, morning spike, I'd be interested in shorting the pop. In terms of an ideal entry in a starting position, it would be right around $2.70, and then I'd be willing to add into the threes. I'm expecting this stock to close pretty weak towards the lows. It's a classic fill the gap below setup. So yeah, hopefully we can get a nice spike. As in terms of short selling, I'm mainly focused on shorting at key resistance levels. But yeah, ARPO is a classic fill the gap below setup. So that was ARPO. In terms of other stocks I'm currently looking at, let me check my watch list here real quick. All right, so let's take a look at a couple more here. Okay, so CARV. Okay, CARV had a massive gap up. Let's see. Okay, so guys, in terms of CARV, this is something I'd be potentially interested in shorting. Have to be extremely careful on this one though. But yeah, let's see how it reacts. Good morning, Taylor. Welcome back to the stream. So CARV is going to be on my radar for a potential short position. It's extremely overbought, huge downside potential, and it's currently trading at key resistance level. You got key resistance at 17s to 19s. That's going to be the overall range. Pre-market highs is going to be sitting towards 20s. So yeah, going to be keeping a close eye on CARV. Okay, so we got CARV and ARPO. These are going to be the top two that I'm going to be watching here at open. And let's see, DBGI. This is another one. Let's see. Okay, this one really lacks chart history for sure. So yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm really not interested in doing anything with this one for the moment. ARPO, my price target is going to be $1.80 by tomorrow. Gonna need a spike in order for me to short sell that one. In terms of a short, CARV looks like the best one right now. So you guys, my top watch is going to be CARV. See if we can get a spike. Yes, CARV is looking extremely bearish here. Just looking for some sort of spike to get an entry on. Guys, ARPO looks extremely weak. Target is going to be $1.80 by tomorrow. It really looks like it's not going to be spiking back, but I'm not going to chase it. So hopefully we get some sort of spike on that. But that should be a phenomenal short. We're starting to see a bounce here on CARV. Let's see. Check the 1 minute chart. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting move here. Okay, I'm currently short on CARV. I just got filled at $17.02. Let's see how it reacts towards resistance right here towards 1760s. Okay, if we get a strong rejection here, I'm going to be adding more. It is currently attempting to have a nice rejection. Okay, yeah, that's my confirmation. Okay, I just added more. Okay, so in terms of my ads, 1717. All right, guys, it is still squeezing up. Let's see how it reacts. So if it turns this resistance level right here at 1765, if it turns that into a support level, then it's going to be trending up towards 1844. So let's see how it reacts. Right now it's currently breaking out. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, guys, it is not looking good here. Max risk is going to be towards 1950s. This is really, it looks like it's gonna try to get halted. Yeah, I think it literally just got, yeah, I think it just got, yep, just got halted. Okay, so I'll wait for this to reopen. I'm gonna see if there's anything else. Yeah, carve spiked extremely quickly. I need to work on being a little bit more patient at open. Also, I do best at, shorting stocks under $10. So I need to work on avoiding the ones above 10. But yeah, in terms of like small caps, extremely very slow day. There's really not much, not any opportunity. Yeah, to give you guys a quick update on MRIN as we're waiting for CARV to reopen from its halt. So this is looking pretty bearish. It had its second gap down. I haven't bought it yet. So in terms of this one, we have a gap that's waiting to fill at 1508. So that's where it's going to be heading. If it can turn $15.08 into a support level, I'm going to be interested in taking a starting position. There's still a lot of huge upside potential for this one. Just have to wait for, confirmations of a bottom. As of now, there's really none. So yeah, 1508 is going to be the key level. Once it gets down there, if it turns it into support, then it's going to start to spike back up towards 18. If it turns it into a resistance level, then it's going to be crashing to around $12 a share. So those would be the key levels for MRIN. I'm just waiting. We are starting to see a small spike on ARPO. So it looks like we are going to be able to see 260 to 270 range today. So that could be a potential trade. Okay, so CRV just reopened up from its halt. It is now looking good, guys. I'm going to be getting out here. Let's just see. And it literally just got halted again. So yeah, when this reopens up from its halt, I'm going to be out. This was definitely my worst trade this month. Yeah, guys, in terms of AMC, extremely bearish. This is going to be heading towards like $30 a share to $25 a share later into the month. Extremely bearish. All right, I'm going to set a price alert for DGBI at $7.75. It's going to be a potential short position if we can get a nice spike around that area. So I'm currently waiting for ARPO and DBGI to have big spikes. Price target for DBGI is going to be $6 a share. And the price target for ARPO is going to be $1.80 tomorrow. Yeah, guys. I mean, just a really slow day for small caps. As soon as CARV reopens from its halt, I'm gonna be getting out. Unfortunately, my average is at 1710. Um, Size wasn't too big, so that's good, but still, it's a ridiculous percentage loss. ARPO still struggling to get to that 275 level I'm looking for. Yeah, I mean it's just a waiting game. I got my price alerts set. I mean, studying its past, Carve still has a good chance of hitting $16 to $15 a share. I mean, if we go back throughout its history, got to have 22.97, ended up closing at $8.50. So from a technical view, there is still a chance. It's already way above my mental stop loss. That's why, it's really good to use hard stops, because sometimes you can get a little bit undisciplined when you see these huge momentum moves and just kind of hold through it instead of cutting your loss. So if you struggle with that, definitely use a hard stop loss. But in terms of this play, it's gonna have a pullback, and it's most likely gonna go to $19.42. There's an intraday gap. So when you see a stock get halted, it's gonna typically gap up if it's rising. So CARV, it's rising up, gets halted, then it gaps up. So once this reopens from the halt, it's gonna most likely gap up again. And if we see a quick pullback, that will be the determining factor. If I'm gonna okay, so here we go. So let's see. Okay, so we're getting the pullback. Okay, so what I'm looking for now is this needs to turn into a resistance level. $22 needs to turn into a resistance level. If that can't happen, then I'm gonna be getting out. But yeah, it's really trying to fight. Let's see how it reacts. Okay, so we're finally getting the first pullback. So let's just see how it reacts. I mean, this stock, it's absolutely insane. All right, so the key to this is if it turns, this trend line, if it turns this $22 into a support level, if it's consolidating, starts bouncing off of it, this is going to run like crazy. It will probably hit like $27, $29 a share. It's going to run like crazy. Yeah, see, it keeps on pushing. It's a beast. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, guys, I'm all out. That was definitely one of my worst trades of 2021. Sky's the limit for this one. So yeah, in terms of the mistakes, definitely use a hard stop on momentum plays like this. I wasn't expecting that big of a move to occur. How much did you lose? 600. But yeah, in terms of a play like this, it's definitely ideal to use a hard stop if you can't control and get out once you see that momentum coming in. It's not an ideal situation when you get stuck in a halt because like I said, it typically will gap up if it gets halted on an uptrend. If it gets halted on a downtrend, then it will gap down. Yeah, it literally got halted again. Okay, I just got a price alert. Let me see.
I bought you one of these.
How do you trade without level 2? I have multiple screens. I have level 2 on my other screen. Yeah, like this is like 1/4 of my like screen. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna touch ARPO. You know, it's slowly grinding up. I'm not liking it anymore. The volume is really coming in on this one. So yeah, I'm gonna avoid that for now. DGBI never spiked back. Okay, so CRV just reopened up from its halt, guys. Let's see how it reacts. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna try to go towards $22 a share. So if it turns that into support, it's gonna retest towards highs. So let's see. ARPO, it's now above 273. But yeah, this is extremely dangerous. Both of these stocks currently, especially CARV for shorts. Yeah, because this is not a short. This is no longer. This is not even worth trying to short at this point. The short interest with the volume combined is just way too high. This is just pure momentum. It's most likely going to run. Yeah, this is definitely bullish. Am I going to reshort? It's just the range is just so wide. You know, if I were to try to short a key breakdown, the squeeze potential is going to be 7 points very, very quickly. Yeah, I mean, in terms of shorting, it's just this type of momentum is something you would want to avoid as a short seller. It's just too dangerous. You can get squeezed 20 to 50% within minutes. Another day. So yeah, in terms of something like this, you would want to wait for the first red day. Yeah, when it's moving like this crazy, this is something you would want to avoid shorting on the first green day. At first, it wasn't moving like this, but things changed fairly quickly. I mean, at this point, I just want to go long because this really looks like it's gonna rip. Okay, guys, I'm currently long at $26.50, and it literally just got halted. Yeah, this literally just got halted. Wow, that was like seconds after I got in. So yeah. So guys, in terms of shorting, just keep note when you see something that has this kind of momentum, this kind of price action. You can compare CARV. Most recent price action like this was Newegg stock, NEGG. It's going to do something similar to this. So NEGG went from 26 all the way to $79 a share. Basically, everyone who was pumping NEGG yesterday, they're going to be all over CARV. Same exact pattern, same exact price action. Plus, you got a positive catalyst, high short interest. So, in terms of shorting this, you're going to want to wait for the first red day. So, yeah, NEGG is currently having its first red day, down 30%. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't submit my order on this candle right here. I was so close to doing it, but I waited one more minute. I would have been in at like 24.30. Instead, I'm in at 26.50. So I am currently long. And like I said, guys, when you see these stocks trending up and they get halted, once they reopen up from the halt, they're gonna gap up. Every single time the stock got halted, it gapped up and it continued to spike. So in terms of my long position, it's definitely looking good, and this is a really strong green candle. I mean, last time it had this sort of move, like this big green candle here, it went from 21 to 28, so like 35-40% move within a couple of minutes from reopen up from its halt. So the long position is looking very good. But yeah, this is my portfolio where I'm trading, mainly shorting. This is my shorting portfolio mainly. I'll buy stocks as well. This is like my day trading portfolio, but I focus on shorting mainly with this one. I have another portfolio where I focus on options. Okay, so CARV just reopened up from its hold, currently at $28 a share. Let's see how it reacts. Can we get a break above 28? It is tempting. Okay, if we don't get a breakout, okay, we're gonna break out. Okay, if we don't get a strong push here, I'm gonna be selling. Let's see. Okay, we're getting a strong push. Okay, good. Alright, this remains a hold. Yeah, this is gonna be a new egg all over again. This is probably gonna actually close pretty strong today. Yeah, guys, look at the volume. This is gonna be a phenomenal chart. Looks absolutely stunning. I mean, literally just got halted again. Wow, it's gonna be a good one. All right, so we're currently halted at 30.55. Didn't you say 5 minutes ago this was a short? Yeah, I mean, I got squeezed pretty badly, but I covered finally, right there, I covered. And then I switched sides on the trade. It's no longer, a short, that's for sure. In terms of shorting, this is something where you're going to want to wait for the first red day. Yeah, being able to adapt is extremely important. I recognize the price action, it shifted. The momentum's way too strong, the volume's there, same exact pattern. It ended up turning, at first it wasn't, but it ended up turning into the same exact pattern as Newegg that happened yesterday from like 25 to 70, 9 a share. So yeah, this is going to be a runner, most likely going to run for the entire day. All right, guys, CARV is currently at $31 a share. Let's see how it reacts here. Yeah, I guess still, yeah, it's going to be one of those big ones, guys. This is it. This is literally it. All right, I'm officially green on the day. Plus some in my other portfolio, I have a very nice trade on a NVIDIA. Let me see if I could pull that up here. Let me load this. And this just got halted again. So yeah, looks like we're going to be heading into another gap up. I mean, guys, this just shows you, like, number one, how risky short selling is if you're not disciplined. You know, like, even this was a horrific trade. I mean, we're talking about shorting at 17.20 and then exiting at like $25. Absolutely terrible trade. But the ability to, you know, recognize when you're wrong and then adapt, that's what's going to save you from when you make those big mistakes. Like, I mean, percentage wise is a pretty bad short. But you know, once you see those opportunities to be able to switch sides, because if you think about it, like, it could have been, the trade could have been much, much worse. Like, could have easily blown up my account if I were not to get out. But yeah, since I switched sides, I'm now green on the day. In terms of my other portfolio, I currently have one position. It's a put on NVIDIA. I had two of these. I have one left. It's an $800 put. I'm currently up 188% on it. I just sold one for like a 200% return. These ended up hitting $15 today. I got them yesterday at the close for $397. So yeah, I've separate portfolios for separate styles of trading, like separate for options, separate for day trading long and short, and then separate for investing. That way it's easier to track your results instead of having it all combined together. But yeah, I mean, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if this hit like $60 a share today. I mean, just wow, like, yeah, I should have done a better job looking at the daily chart. There wasn't a great reason to short this. It was more of like an impulsive short where I just kind of wanted to get in. Also, if you watched like my previous content, you know, I'd stated that I'm only going to be shorting stocks under 10 because I usually lose when it's above 10. That's in terms of like small cap trading. Like, yeah, I'll get a put option on NVIDIA. That's different. But in terms of like these momentum stocks, these high short interest stocks, these extremely volatile stocks, I'll typically lose if it's above $10. So I just need to stay away from that. It could have been easily prevented. But yeah, I mean, looking at its past, I mean, this went from 30 cents to $18 in 2 days. Like, the sky is the limit, guys. You just have to put into perspective, like, the current market we're in. I mean, these things can squeeze pretty big, pretty quickly. Like, literally, Newegg. Everyone who traded Newegg yesterday is going to be on this. What's the symbol? Is it NEGG? Yeah, everybody on NEGG is going to be on this. I mean, NEGG. $10 to $79 in like in 5 days. This could potentially be. I don't think Carve is going to be a multi-day runner. It could though. But yeah, this is Bulls are they're gonna crush this. Shorts are absolutely screwed. All right, guys, it is currently at $33.48 a share. Let's see. Okay, so we just got halted on the downside. So this is where the bears are really going to try to take some control here. So we finally got our first halt on the downside. So that means most likely once it reopens up from its halt, it's going to gap down and start to crash. So as you can see, price action can change very, very quickly for the micro. Let's see. Yeah, one thing to keep in mind is, when you see something having a huge run like CARV or like NEGG, and they're getting halted as it's going up and then it's gapping up and it's spiking, the trend will really start to change once it gets halted on the downside. So in terms of profit taking, it's definitely a smart idea to start taking profits on CARV, just to show you like what can happen. So NEGG, it looks like the first time it got halted on the downside yesterday was right here at $62.55. It got halted, and just a couple minutes once it reopened up from its halt, it went to $50 a share. We did see a new high of the day, and this, in terms of like the overall trend for the day, I still think the bulls are still in control. However, this could easily go back to my initial entry. So I am going to be looking to take some profits at this point. Like it's most likely going to be heading back towards $28 to $30 a share in that zone. So yeah, if this looks weak from its reopening of the halt, I'm going to have to play it safe and lock in profits. Could always look to get back in on a dip. But yeah, this is a terrible sign, guys. So it's just important to understand how quickly price action can change. Because 1 minute it can look like it's going to $50, $60 a share. And then the next minute when the trend shifts and it gets halted as it's going down, then it can look like it's going to, $28 a share. So the micro trend has officially really started to change here. It's just crazy how fast that can happen. So, just to like summarize it, micro is kind of like where the stock is heading for the next couple minutes, next 30 minutes, like the next hour. Due to the halt on the downside, I'm now bearish on the micro, and it only makes sense to lock in profits. In terms of macro, though, that's kind of like where it's heading for the closing price, or even tomorrow. Macro, I'm still long biased on this. This can still easily see a new high of day. So that's currently where I'm at. It's just with my current entry, it does make sense to take profits for the micro, and then I could always look to get back in on the dip. So yeah, that's where I stand on CARV. The micro price action was bullish until it got its first halt on the downside. That's when things changed and shifted. LMFA. Yeah, I mean, this does has potential, especially if it can turn 440 into support, which it's currently doing. This does have some potential to run to the fives. Just not too interested at the moment. It's worth keeping an eye on though. It looks like ARPO ended up topping out towards that range I was looking to short. I wanted to get a starter entry at 275. High of day is currently 292. Target is still going to be 180 tomorrow. I didn't want to pull the trigger though because the price action, I just didn't like the way it was moving. Let's see. It looks like Nvidia just had a little pullback. Yeah, nice little pullback there. My puts should be up a lot. Yeah. Okay. So the put on Nvidia is currently up 200% now. $11.85 it's trading at. I'm in at $3.97. It's pretty crazy within one day what you can do with options. It's like buying a stock at $4 and then it goes to 12 the next day. So yeah, that was definitely one of the best trades for the week on my part. Yeah, Nvidia looks like it's going to be getting a new low of day here shortly. It'll take some time, but looks pretty bearish. So yeah, guys, I'm not seeing anything else. I'm just waiting for CARV to reopen up from its halt. And the video is going to remain a hold for the puts. AVNI had a massive gap up. Currently has no volume though. It'd be interesting some volume came in on that one. Yeah, for the micro, CARV is pretty overextended. I am looking to get out of my long position once this reopens up. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty curious to see how this reacts once this reopens up. Still has potential for a new high of day, so it's just a waiting game at this point. Okay, so see, this is what I was talking about. There's the massive gap down as expected. So I am going to be looking to get out here soon. Let's see if we can get a little bounce. All right, so we currently have a gap waiting to fill at $32, right around there. If we don't get a bounce here soon, I'm going to be exiting. Let's see, it's attempting. All right, so guys, I am out. So in terms of that, I mean, very small win. I mean, not much at all. So yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate, is what it is. In terms of today, though, I still think it's going to go back to $33.48. The reason why I had to get out, though, is, when you are that much on a trade and now you're in a situation where it can easily, nearly break even and then go green to red, it's just best to get out. You don't want to go green to red, especially when you were up just that much. So yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate that I got stuck in that halt. But in terms of today, I do think it's going to go back to $33.48. I didn't hold because I don't want to take the downside risk of going green to red on that. But yeah, that's where I stand right now. Price target is going to be 33.48. So the main thing in terms of the macro side of the move today, if it can turn 33, this gap at $33.48 into a support level, the sky's the limit. It'll see a new high of day most likely, and then try to run into the 50s. Now, if it turns it into resistance level, the bears are really going to take control, and it'll probably go back to low 20s a share. But as of now, I am bullish. I'm still bullish on it. I had to get out though to play it safe. So that's where I stand on, CARV. Current price target is sitting at $33.48. And then from there, the reaction is going to be everything. But yeah, just to draw it out, price target is going to be right here, 33.48. So if it hits that level, turns it into a resistance level, so it hits it, starts to fall, new lower highs, fails to go back to it. Price target is going to be towards, let's see, let's zoom out a little bit. So if that were to happen, price target is going to be right here at $22 a share. Now, for the flip side, if it turns, this key level, we'll call it 33.50 into support, then it's going to retest the high of day. And then if that turns into support, it's most likely going to run to the high 40s to $50 range. But this play it's going to require a lot of patience. This is going to take hours to occur. But yeah, I'm really starting to lose a lot of interest in this one, especially, due to the risk of getting stuck in these halts. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to be calling it. Let me see. So yeah, the video is going to remain a hold. Should get a new low of day. So yeah, that's where I stand on CARV. It looks like it's going to be a pretty tough trade though, no matter which way you play it. Yeah, overall pretty slow. So yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up the live trading stream for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new, and I will see you in the next one.